Dark Ages. It's a good game. I mean, it was kind of just more Doom. I don't know, the trailer looks sweet. Like, dude, there's dragons, there's... You can finally use the big robot things. The ball chain, the shield, the spiky shield, the new guns. The game definitely had a lot to offer, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like Doom. I guess that was the whole point. You know, they can only do the same thing so often, but I don't know, it kind of just made me want to go back and, like, I've already done that multiple times, but play Doom 2016, Eternal 3, whatever. Still gotta play the OG Dooms, just cause. I don't really want to, but because they're kind of old. I got Doom 64, I haven't played it yet, I just gotta get Doom 1 and 2 and play those for however long till I quit or something. So those ones I feel like I'm just gonna get lost the whole time and not know where to go or what to do. But yeah, this one just was so different. There wasn't really... It was cool. And it was different. They nailed that, but it... When you think of Doom, you think of space and the aliens and the demons and just spaceships and space. And here it was like... There was some of that here and there, but... It just felt like some generic hell game. I think it kind of forgot what made it good in the first place, but... And usually I don't say that kind of stuff because I'm pro-future. I like different things. I like growing and evolving and changing, adapting, all these things. But you think of Doom and you think of like all the space sounds, like the atmosphere, the vibe, the energy, the setting. That's what makes... That's the entire environment you're in that are surrounding whatever story or characters you have, and it's a really big important piece of the puzzle is where you're at and what you're doing. And I don't know, here it just felt so forced and like it's cool, it's fun, it's, you know, more, it's just what they've been doing but different weapons, different, it's just a reskin. I don't really know what their plan was with this one because I think commercially it did really well, but I don't know, I don't feel like they put as much love into this, and I don't know if this, I don't read too much into all this stuff, but I don't know if this was like the last thing that this current reboot is doing. Because to be fair, it could be a pretty good send-off. But even the end was disappointing. Like, the end credits with 2016 and Eternal was like, hey, here's the dev team, we're having fun, look at us, we're so happy and cool, and we're working on Doom, and we're the best, and we have such an ego, and everyone loves our game, and it's like the perfect thing in the world, and it's helped FPSs, and it's been around forever, and look at us go, and really cool outros and the credits, and it felt like some Resident Evil 2000s live action way to end things, like corny, tacky, but cool and edgy. And this time I don't know, it just felt like, yep, here's new Doom, that's it. I don't know. But to be fair, it was cool. It was just... It was exhausting. It was hard. I do like it more than 26. I do like it more than the other ones. They kind of went back to 2016. Eternal was way too jumpy and platformy and climbing, and it was just fucking nonsense. Dashing, it was chaotic and crazy, and which, to be fair, kind of made it fun when you think back about it, but man, it was a challenge, dude. But it was doable and manageable still at the same time, too. I couldn't even finish the DLC because it just got so hard, and I just wasn't, I didn't have the willpower to do more than I wanted to or had to. But I played 2016 and Eternal and like easy, normal. This one was, cutscenes were good.
All the power of hell cowering before one man.
I don't know what happened, dude. I started on normal because I was like, get broken in. And I usually don't care about difficulties, but this is just something that happened to happen. Like, I got to this one guy about halfway through. He was just way too damn hard. Which, he reminds me a lot of the Revenant from Eternal. Like, God, that guy is such a pain. And I actually got lucky and found an exploit. Like, I ended up finding cover under this thing. And that's the only way I was able to kill him. And I was lucky to even get that far. And then I was like, alright, cool. I'll keep going. Couple chapters later, freaking, I gotta fight him again in a completely different environment. I didn't have that same kind of cover. And, dude, he kicked my booty. Like, I didn't really have the kind of distance, or I don't know what it was. I was doing good, too. I wasn't really dying. There's like one part I was just distracted by someone. Like everything they threw at me, I was getting through it so well. I was just barely making it by some parts. But basically what happened is I got to the point, like, I couldn't fight him anymore. I gave it all I had. Maybe I just needed a break. I don't know. Get up for a minute. To be fair, I was just tired and hungry, whatever. I don't know. But basically, I couldn't kill him. This is like about halfway, little over half, around halfway. And I just went back and started the whole game over on easy. Holy crap, dude. Just the two first modes alone, let alone everything else, is like night and day. But it sucked though, because I had to spend a long time just to get caught back up where I was. I had to fight him, the guy I was stuck on the first time, see how that goes. I didn't even need the exploit. I was like, alright, cool. And then even after that, I was anxious to get back to him again, to the part I was stuck at. And it was no problem. I liked starting it on normal because it really breaks you in. It gets you in that zone. You really gotta be in that, you gotta be locked in and find a rhythm and a pace and all these things. Like a system and a process of, okay, with what I have, what am I gonna do with it? But I was actually pretty glad to go back to easy because I got to kind of compare the two and be like, okay, how can I get through this now? Because I had to put more time into it, how can I get through it quicker and faster? I was just trying to rush it. I was finding new secrets I didn't find the first time, but I accidentally forgot secret areas and stuff I got the first time. It was just messy, man. Like, this whole playthrough was kind of... it's just all over the place. So it wasn't really a great experience because, you know, if I would have just gotten through it normally like the first time, I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more, but it's not... It's kind of shit when you have to rush through it again almost halfway through. Because normally it would have been like, okay, I'll beat it, get through it. If I have to come back to it and then continue, maybe sometimes I'll do that, but knowing I could have just went back and gone easy anyway, I just did that. Because it could have been cool, beat it on normal, play a couple games, come back to it later, maybe, whatever. Just do easy again, have a reason to come back. Now it's like, I don't even know if it's worth coming back and finishing out on normal, because it... Holy crap, dude. Like, even getting through the rest of what I did on easy was... Once you get further into the game, you're like, Jesus Christ, man, this is crazy. I mean, for those who like a challenge, it's definitely there. I can't imagine going even normal. I'm just fucking struggling like crazy. But it gets like too much. Granted, on easy I was able to kind of be a little sloppy, make some mistakes, there's room for error, barely. Some close calls here and there, but God, dude, I don't know. If I went back, I don't really need to, but it's there if it's an option. Something to play if I'm really desperate enough to go back to that. I'm kind of traumatized already though, so I don't know. But my point is that these games have replayability. They give you a reason to come back. They have save slots. They have different difficulties. But just my whole... how I would have normally played things just got kind of all messed up. Which is unfortunate. Because I was just playing too much of it. Like, I needed a break. I needed to not play Doom for a day. It was just 3 days of non-stop Doom, or God, it was just too much. Or else, yeah, I would have liked it more and had better things to say, and it just kind of sucks that it didn't really go the right way, but it's whatever. Either way, I got through it, I completed it, finished it, I'm happy. That's all I wanted to do as a goal. But to be fair, it's a game about hell and demons, and it's like, you don't... If you're expecting everything to go the way you want it to, even I'm not... Like, I've played enough of this stuff by now where... You know, shit's gonna go wrong, it's fine. Whether it's a survival horror game, a horror game in general, this, whatever. And it was cool enough and interesting enough, and that I didn't... The reason why I went back and went to easy just to complete the damn thing is because I didn't get enough of my fix. I was like, bro, I know there's more, and I didn't just get this for nothing, and then... I was really excited for it. This is one of the few games there's games I'm excited for more, but this is one of the newish ones that I was... It was pretty much this, Monster Hunter Wilds, Assassin's Creed Shadows, like all these cool, interesting new games that are pretty recent. But this one was like... I don't know how many hours it took overall, but... It wasn't too long. But these kind of campaigns can usually take 2-3 days, depending. You're putting in like a good 9 hours or so, for me at least. But I don't know, other than that it was fine. I guess to me it was so rinse and repeat, and like I've done this before, and but it was better than Eternal and 2016 in a way where it was more, you weren't doing as much climbing and platforming and jumping and dashing, and it was much more boots on the ground, which goes back to the old Doom, is when you're just going, man. Like you're just shooting, you're running, you're gunning. That's what made Doom what it was, what it's always been. And I feel like Eternal, they got kind of carried away with just making it overly complicated and complex. Because I actually heard about the fact that they did go back to that original style, and that's what made me a little bit more excited for it. Because I was like, dude, if I gotta go through Eternal again, I'm gonna freak out, man. I've had enough of that. I'm done. Like I scratched my itch. I'm good. But yeah, this game reminded me of so many different things. Resident Evil 8, it was just trying to do so many things. Too many. You know, especially when you compare it to Doom 3, like their most horror-esque game that they have. Space horror. It's like they completely stepped away from that entirely. Which 3 games into the reboot at the very least, let alone all the whatever other games. You got Doom 1, 2, and 3, and if you really want to, you can put Quake in there. That doesn't really count, but you got the movie. There's a couple movies, 2 or 3 of them. And there's comparable games too. There's Deep Space, there's Alien, or not Deep Space, fucking Dead Space. That Horizon movie, or what was it? Vertical? I don't know. That space horror movie. I don't know, like the demons were here in hell, the things that have always been there, but and to be fair, I wasn't paying like a whole lot of attention either. But I was like, dude, where are we? What are we doing? It was so confusing. I was so lost throughout the whole thing. Like, it just didn't really intrigue me or interest me a whole lot. I was just trying to get through the damn thing, basically, especially after what happened. It was cool. I liked the big bad guy. I thought he was very Diablo. He had a really cool fight, too. Fucking hell. But this game the dragon reminded me of Wolfenstein, which, you know, Bethesda, okay. Dude, the Atlan reminded me of Pacific Rim. There was a big heart thing that reminded me of RE8 again. They were really pulling out all the stops, which is good and bad. It's a double-edged sword type deal, but I don't know. I mean, you definitely know what you're getting into. Medieval, Dark Ages. They made it very clear and apparent with the trailer, and he's got his furry cape thing, and you can tell it was going to be very, very different. And they still found a way to kind of mix in the space stuff, but it just felt like you were on Earth. I didn't even know where it was half the time. It felt like you're just on some planet, you're going from one place to another. Some of the boss fights were shit, dude. Freaking just ads are spamming everywhere, trying to annoy the crap out of you and distract you. And at least with some of the fights in Eternal or 2016 or whatever one, at least it was like a one-on-one fight, you know? It was like a duel, like a match, a battle. It's fucking tough, man. You're trying to focus on the big guy or get rid of the ads to focus on the big guy, but they just keep spawning in or distracting, like they're shooting you from the back, and there's always ads around to like, okay, I need some more health or whatever, some ammo. And thankfully they still did a pretty good job here at keeping you alive and keeping you in the battle. And it's funny, in normal mode, those one-up the life sigils came pretty in handy. I didn't even need to use them in easy at all. But by that time I already knew what I was doing and I was broken in, and it was just a matter of, like, once I got caught up, I was like, okay, now I'm progressing, it's new stuff. But yeah, some different guns. There's some similar ones, like the older stuff, plasma. But there's this one gun, man, I loved it. Yeah, there's definitely quite a few new things to, like it's a new game, so, like, obviously, but I don't know, man. I could see them going this direction too because of Eternal, like with the sword. The thing was so cool though, man. You could just literally kill anything. I loved it. Especially those big fuckers. But I don't know, it didn't. You can have all these new guns and all these new kind of mini games along the way, whatever you want to call them. But at least with Eternal, like, he had his own spaceship, he had this little room to hang out in, everything he collected, the toys, the vinyls, the music, the posters, all the things you could unlock. I don't know, it was just kind of cooler because there was like a chase there and like a hub area and somewhere to take a break, and like here it was definitely a lot more linear in A to B, which is good. I don't think you really needed that spaceship or needed any of that stuff, but it was still... One issue I still have with Doom is like all the exploration and the secrets, and there's some like open-ish world areas, but it really like slowed the pacing down. It was like, oh, I'm exploring, it's quiet. Oh, now I gotta battle something, it's loud as shit for 5 minutes, cool. It just kept going up and down, like the combat was just kind of... It wasn't really consistent, or... It's kind of, I don't know, it just ruined the pacing, because you're kind of into it one moment, then you're like, okay, which is good, it gives you a chance to chill out for a minute, but... And to be fair, that stuff's optional, but in this game, they really made you kind of incentivize you to do those things to just progress easier. It wasn't even a matter of, oh, you get a trophy, or oh, you find a collectible or a codex, or like they actually found a way to kind of force you to want to do this more, which makes it even more unfortunate in a way. Like, I like exploring an open world and adventure and the quest and journey, but I'd rather just play an actual open world game at that point. Because thankfully I'm not really much of like an adrenaline junkie, so it's not like, oh my god, this is so cool, I'm locked in, oh my god, hyper, woo wee woo. And then it's like, oh, I'm just sitting here and I'm bored, and like there's definitely a balance and moderation there, but, and it was great for someone like me, but I don't know about for other people. Because the way I look at Doom is like, either you're someone with such low energy that this is what you play to like compensate with that and channel it. You're kind of pent up inner strength and power. Or you have so much energy, hyper, where you just use this as a way of like a catalyst to, you know, keep pushing you in whatever direction you're going, but yeah, I guess for me it was kind of like, well, gameplay was good. You can take it or leave it, and it's not even like the difference of like, oh my god, a cutscene and then combat, cutscene. It was more like cutscene, combat, slow, fast, slow, cutscene. I don't know, it's kind of... And there was so much of it too, like throughout. Some levels not so much, but some more so. And in the other games, I feel like there wasn't too much side stuff like that, but like just enough to be like, okay, I appreciate the gesture kind of thing. The maps were a little bit better at first. I didn't really like the issue with Eternal especially was there's so much verticality, and those maps are just way too I'm not finding all that, dude. I don't got time for that. Ain't about that life. But here, about halfway, or the only reason why I started looking at the maps was because of the areas that wanted a little bit more exploration out of you, and I was like, all right, this is fair. It's nice and flat. But then unfortunately that started to make me use the map a little bit more depending on the level. I like to keep it just natural and organic and just like, hey, I'll go out of my way here and there, look around. Find secrets as I go, but I just kind of want to just get through it too at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. It was a nice break from what I've been playing because it was shorter, but I've been playing some long games, like 100+ hour games. And it was nice to know that I was going to play something just a lot more... Like, it's a fun, wild ride, but you're not committed too much, or you're just kind of passively playing. Which sometimes you need that. Yeah, more Doom Guy. There's a lot of specific things, but... And to be fair, between the trailers, they gave a lot of stuff away, but, you know... So I guess nothing would really be super spoily, necessarily. Oh yeah, the DLC. I was gonna play the DLC too. I was thinking about getting it, the upgraded edition, because I didn't want the premium. I wasn't about to get the premium just for the crap it came out with at the time. But I don't think the DLC is out yet, so... What else does it come with? The skin for your robot and you and your dragon. Ooh, cool. Soundtrack. Ooh. To be fair, game soundtracks are kind of nice. They're gonna have a lot better of like a format and output and quality than YouTube or whatever. What was the other thing? An art book or something? But I definitely wouldn't mind playing the DLC. It took me a while to even care about the Eternal Gods. Which is a shame, because I got part 1 and 2. I didn't even finish part 1. But I'd be actually pretty keen on playing this DLC, because it wasn't too overbearing, or... Like, some parts were overwhelming here and there, but only when what I learned is that you really just gotta keep that pressure on your enemies and the rushing. You give them a chance to kill you, dude, you're dead. But with, I don't know though. I think if I finished this on normal, I would have been even more confident. And you gotta have confidence and kind of an ego to play this kind of stuff, or else it's not gonna go anywhere. But because of the fact that at least, even just on easy, if I can go into the DLC and actually have a chance to finish it and get through it and complete it, unlike what happened with Eternal. But if this was like Eternal, I don't think I would have, maybe eventually, but I don't think I would have gotten, I don't think I'd be as incentivized to get it, at least by the time it actually comes out. It'd be nice to get it now, so I have it for later when it does come out, but I'm not really worried about it right now. I got other stuff to play, but yeah, it could be cool. Because the game is good enough to... And DLC can... That's kind of what makes or break if a game's actually even good or not, which is the whole... What I'm trying to say is that if the game's good enough and you like it enough, get the DLC. If not, forget it. But hey, it's like more playable content. But it's not just like dumb little mini games either. It's like an actual whole story mode, or if it's anything like the Eternal stuff. It's cool. You never know what new things are going to throw at you, or what's going to end up happening, kind of like Eternal, is that it's going to be new, but you're just using the same stuff. A couple different variations of the enemies, that's about it. Different areas. So it's probably not going to be like crazy, but it's just going to be more of the game, I guess, which is normal. It's just fine. But yeah, Doom Eternal. Not Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages.